Yo, what is going on, guys, and welcome back to another Genshin Impact video that's just gonna get me a bunch of hate. And today, I just want to talk about why I don't like Keqing. Now, if you've been on my streams, you'll know that I've talked about this a lot. I get asked this a lot, and despite me not liking her, she really likes me, because the moment I stopped playing her, I got all of her constellations on every single pity across every freaking banner, okay? Anyway, today I just wanted to talk about the reasons why I don't like Keqing. This doesn't mean that she's bad, you know, like all by herself. It doesn't mean that Electro is bad. Buff Electro, please, though. But yeah, just kind of like my personal reasons why I prefer other characters and the pros and cons for her. Now, I actually sat down to write a pro and con list for Keqing, but what I found was that honestly every pro was a con and vice versa. Like, every good thing about her had a bad thing, and every bad thing kind of had its own silver lining. So I just want to talk about it real quick. And the first thing that I want to talk about is that she is really weird to build. This is why there are like a million different build videos on YouTube talking about all the different ways that you can build Keqing. You can build her Electro, you can build her Physical, you can go 4-piece Thunder Soother, you could go 4-piece Glad, you could go 2-piece Glad, 2-piece Thundering Fury, you could go 2-piece Glad, 2-piece Bloodstained Chivalry, you could go 4-piece Bloodstained Chivalry. There are so many options. It can be kind of confusing because it varies a lot from playstyle to playstyle. It can take some time for you to find your own playstyle with Keqing and find out what you like about her, how you like using her, the way that you use her. It can take a while for you to find that way, so you might feel like you're weak, but it's just because since you haven't found your rhythm yet, you're not building optimally for yourself just quite yet. Now, on the flip side, this is kind of a good thing as well, because that means that you have a lot of options. Now, the fact that you have a lot of options that are all pretty viable doesn't necessarily mean that they're all good, because what this boils down to is the fact that they're all kind of situational. Now, I personally think that 4-piece Thunder, after testing this a million times, I do think that 4-piece Thunder Soother is the best thing that you could go for her, and I think that the best thing you could do is use an Electro Charge comp. Now, the reason why that would be the play is because if enemies are electro-charged, they will be affected by Electro for an extended period of time, which will essentially allow you to have 100% uptime on Electro damage thanks to your E. It also gives you defenses versus electro-charged enemies or fight using Electro in water areas, which can be very annoying as Keqing, so that's nice. But the second reason is because even when you're fighting enemies that aren't affected by Electro by you, for example, an Electro Slime, because they are Electro, you still deal bonus physical damage to them, because the Thunder Soother does not necessarily mean more Electro damage, it just means more flat damage overall. So even against Electro enemies, you will still be dealing a decent amount of damage. And that won't be impressive, but it will still be decent amount of damage. But anyway, just to boil it down, there's a lot of viable builds, but they're almost all situational, and you can often feel like you're building her wrong because you haven't really chosen your playstyle yet. Now, the second point that I have a very, very strong opinion on Keqing is her charged attack. Her charge attack, again, has its pros, has its cons. It's basically her main source of damage, and it does a lot of damage, and it is satisfying to loop it over and over again and just annihilate a boss, or to ulti someone with Zhongli and just kind of charge attack them to death while they lie there pretty much helpless. And it's very fast. But the fact that it's very fast is also kind of a con because it melts your stamina. It will drain it like there's no tomorrow because you can spam it so much. It also pushes most mobs away, and then when you have to dash to catch up, that costs even more stamina. You could always jump as well, but that doesn't have any iframes, so it can be kind of awkward at times and you'll get hit by things, especially if you get, you know, used to doing it, then your muscle memory is just going to cuck you a lot of the time. Or you'll have to use your E to teleport to the enemy that you knocked away, which is hella inconsistent because the second part of the activation will oftentimes miss if you don't delay it by like half a second or something. If you've played her a lot, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. But yeah, that also kind of leads into my third point, which is her E. It's just very inconsistent. It does basically give her like 100% Electro uptime almost, which is really, really nice, and it does do quite a lot of damage on a very low cooldown, and it's really good for exploration and mobility. But the auto-targeting in Genshin can cuck you, and this isn't really her fault. It's, you know, nothing really specifically related to Keqing. It's just that if the game decides to target the enemy behind you instead of the enemy that's facing you, which has happened to me a million times, you now have to travel double the distance to hit your original target, which is an annoyance, and it's just completely unoptimal. It's more stamina that you're wasting on top of all your recharge attacks, and if it's in stuff like Abyss where time is precious, it can be a very big bother. So this isn't really her fault. She's just a victim of the miraculous and amazing and impeccable targeting system that Genshin Impact has. But we'll save that for a different video. And my final point here, guys, and this is the most important point in this entire video, it's that she's just not my style. I personally don't like the way her normal auto attacks look or feel. The vanish is pretty cool, but kind of wacky. I know that a lot of people just use her for the second auto attack animation just so you can look at her ass, because apparently you've never looked at an ass in your entire life, which, if you're playing this game, I can believe that, to be honest. I personally prefer Claymore characters. Child is an exception because he's, well, completely unique, and I do love flashy characters, but it's just like all these things kind of coalesce into just being a bunch of pet peeves and small annoyances that I don't really experience with any of the other carries like Diluc, Razor, Child. I just have to ask myself, is it worth it, to be honest? Like, if I don't experience any of these annoyances with these other characters, then why would I play Keqing if I do? And yeah, I'm just not part of the whole Keqing Queen cult. Honestly, the community has kind of ruined this character for me. The Keqing mains subreddit calling her queen and calling themselves kittens. Like, bro, how are you a grown man joining a group of other people that call themselves kittens because of a freaking anime cat girl that's not even a fucking cat girl? That's her hair, bro. That's hair. That is literal hair. So yeah, the community and the people behind it have just kind of ruined this character for me, the way that they're ruining Zhao by talking about it so goddamn much. I'm sick of it. Xiao is being shoved down my throat. Keqing is constantly shoved down my throat. So many people play her. So many people talk about her. Oh my god, this build, my build, is the best, guys. Of course, guys, there's never going to be a better build or the best build out there possible. Unless I make it, of course. But the point is, right now, I'm just kind of sick and tired of the way that people talk about her and the way that they simp after her. It's annoying. I get it, but I also don't care. And I just prefer playing other characters. Now, all of this being said, this is unironically the most important point, is that these are just my opinions, and they don't have anything to do with your enjoyment of the character. If you love her because she's really strong, if you love her because she's your only 5-star, if you love her because she's your only 5-star with constellations, if you just love her design, if you just enjoy playing her, whatever reason you might have, any reason at all, if you enjoy playing Keqing or having Keqing in your party, then by all means do it. This game has like freaking 26 characters or something like that, and you can only have 4 in your party, okay? So you have a lot of variety to choose from. You can do whatever you want. I'm just giving you guys my voice that nobody asked for, of course, because I'm a YouTuber. Just my thoughts on why I just prefer playing other characters. Now, does this mean that I'm never going to play Keqing? Does this mean that I hate Keqing? No, there's just small annoyances that kind of get on my nerves sometimes, but she is fun. So sometimes I do whip her out and I play her. But for the most part, I'm just going to stick to my other characters, and I'm waiting for the other new DPS characters to come out, because I'm honestly getting tired of just playing Diluc, Child, Diluc, Child, Diluc, 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 Child. And I'm probably just going to build up my Razor and my Kaya after Ganyu comes out so that I can play them instead. But that's basically it, guys. That's really all the reason why. And yeah. Anyway, a lot of people ask me this question, why I don't like Keqing, and I just wanted to sit down and break it down, all the main reasons why for you guys. So, yeah, here you go. There's that video. And if you guys enjoyed this video somewhat, or you have your own opinions, then feel free to post them down in the comment section below. We can all have a little discussion about this. And also, you could just carry this over to my Discord, which again I have a link for in the video description on every single video. So be sure to join the conversation in there. We can have a little Keqing, anti-Keqing simp war, okay? Because all of you were I'm not gonna say it. Alright. Anyway, thank you to my patrons for their continued support. Thank you guys so much. Be sure to follow me on Twitch. I will leave a link to my Twitch channel in the video description as well, because I'm going to be starting streaming over there now instead of YouTube, okay? And yeah, just thank you guys for watching. I will catch you all in the next one. Take care.